Kathy.
Oh, yeah, she cool.
Terry mom.
Yeah, she cool. Thank you, Miss Terry mom. Wait, what's her name?
Kathy.
Thank you, Miss Kathy, for listening to the show. We are crazy, so if you think we're funny, thank you. Yeah, because we are just two insane people. But no, welcome to another episode of Pill Talking Podcast. It's your boy JT
And Nene.
and Dom. Man, let's just hit the elephant in the room.
Where is he? All right.
What are you?
I thought that was gonna be a funny joke. It was supposed to be the cricket. You're supposed to play the crickets.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anyway.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, so let's just hit the elephant in the room. And by elephant, it's kind of a play on words. For who?
You want to be punched?
No, I'm saying, what's the elephant? Oh. What does elephant mean, like in politics?
Democratic.
No, clearly elephants, Republican, whatever. But anyway,
the elephant is a Republican.
Yeah, Democrats are donkeys. Oh. I don't know where it comes from, but
donkey.
But anyway, no,
I am no donkey.
I don't want to get on here and act like I am well knowledge on the Iran.
Yeah.
Israel conflict and our involvement. I do know, thanks to, people that just get on podcasts, start talking. We have senators on shows like saying that Americans involved in stuff, and you have different people just talking, just running their mouths. But I'm not afraid to say I don't know the answers. Unlike most news pundits and political activists, I don't know. Yeah. I have peace in that one.
Very much.
One thing I do know is that America spends a lot of money on the military. So I do know, as unfortunate as war is, if there is a war, America is always or should be the most prepared country.
Yeah.
Because we just spend
a lot of money on there.
Billions and billions on the military and defense. But no, I don't have any opinions on what's going on because I have not yet sat down and pushed back all the rhetoric and just got to the facts of what's going on here, because this is not the first time we bombed Iran. This is not the first time strikes have been ordered without Congress. It's not the first time we've seen activity that's just like head scratch, like what's going on. So I don't want to just get on here and be emotional and be controlled by, World War III tomorrow, we're getting drafted.
Crazy stuff on social media.
It's like people really, that's why I had put a comment or a post saying like,
sure did say something about the draft. No, it's so crazy.
Call of Duty got your mind fried. Like people think that this stuff is like kill streaks and no, man, this is real people, real people being impacted, civilians being put in the middle of stuff. Like, if you ever have time, I challenge you to just go watch like war stories of like people who did like the Afghanistan when they stayed in Afghanistan or when they invaded Iraq. Like the recent, I'm not talking about the old wars. I'm talking about the recent. You'll be like, oh wow, this is crazy. But I did want to let you talk because at one point, about 9 years ago, somebody was ready to be G.I. Jane. When I met this girl, she was no, because let's talk about.
This guy is always telling my business. Do I tell your business?
Let's talk about what we know. Let's talk about what we know.
Me being
no. Let's talk about what we know about war. You wanted to be in the United States military.
Reserve.
What you think reserve? What they reserve for now?
Yeah, but I would have been out by now. If we're being honest, God is a keeper. I would have been out. Hands untied.
Tell the people you're
and I want to be in the Air Force. That ain't.
Can you just tell?
Ain't nothing happen.
Tell the people.
So you ain't have to bring this up.
Tell the people.
You did not have to bring this up.
Tell the people you're playing. I'll wait. The floor is yours.
Why? My plan was to go. I had a 1-year-old at the time. No, 1-year-old. I think he was one. I don't know. He was a 1 or 2. But I had a little baby at the time. But I knew my mom was going to keep him if I needed. And I was gonna go do my basic training, and then I was gonna join the Military. The branch of my choice was Air Force. Yeah. I had all my paperwork. I just had to sign a paper. And I was just going to go. I was really just going for education. And he was like, you literally could just go to school.
No, my whole thing was, hear me out. I understand that is a real career decision for people who are like, hey, I want to do this. Like, I have a passion for this. This is my life's goal. But then there's people.
I just wanted the resources.
Like Dominique, who they market to and who they manipulate
that
into.
That want the resources.
Yes, they target certain demographics of people who don't have options, who may be financially or who haven't made the best choices, and they want to restart. Give them a great option. But if you're not going for the right reasons, you're not gonna like it. Yeah, and that was my thing. Like, every time I would ask her, like, hey, what do you want to do in life? It would be the complete opposite of what somebody who goes to the military wants to do. Oh, I want to be a creative.
He was like, if you now I could understand if you want to be like a doctor or something, but you are literally like, what are you talking about? Like,
bro, this is no different to me. I just thought it was the same way the people who go
and he told me that I was running. He told me that I was running from, not my fears, but like running from like hard things. Like, I needed to just.
I wasn't lying.
Figure it out. Yo, you were not lying. You were 100%.
You were trying to dip. Running it out. You were literally trying to just dip out of.
Life choices. Dealing with my consequences.
You had created a life.
That would have been very easy.
Now you were living with the consequences of being a single mom with a toddler.
No education. You were like,
what can I do to get away? It wasn't to better because you had options.
To better long term.
No, because you had at the options that you could still be around in this situation.
But I felt like that was easy. Yeah, I was trying to look for an easy way.
For you. You wanted to get away from the life you had created.
Yeah, but I would have came back.
I'm not doubting that. It's just, I was just gonna be for basic. For me, it was like they don't even draft like pregnant women or women. You know, like this is not a career. Like you had a top, like a 1-year-old.
But he didn't care. They didn't care. My officer didn't care.
That's crazy.
He knew already.
I don't know. I just thought at the time I was like, well. There goes our relationship because I wasn't doing it. I'm sorry. Like it's two professions that I will never date: military and nurses. I just won't do it.
Wait a minute.
I'll take all the smoke.
I'm dead.
Any nurse
traveling nurses? You saying
any nurse? Anybody has went to school.
Yeah. Now this guy is a biology major too, so I kind of understand what he's saying. Like he's been in there.
I was with them. I see how they act.
Yeah.
I was in I see how they act in hospitals. Some of them used to cheat on me. I see how they act.
I'm cheating off you.
Two professions I will not date, and obviously in those professions you gonna have the everything got its like outliers and it, exceptions, but it's a reason why a lot of people say nurses, military, red flag, not doing it. Just like women, they say truck drivers, athletes. You're right, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain professions you like, I'm going to pass on it. So,
it's the stigma behind it.
Yeah, but, so it really wasn't an ultimate. I don't want to make it seem like it was.
It wasn't an ultimatum. Is that the right bottom ending word? Ultimatum. Yeah. But let me tell you.
Like a sandwich from Subway.
Ultimatum. That does sound good. Anyway, I need to download that app so I can get a $1 sub. Okay. Anyway, what happened?
Bro,
okay, we're gonna talk about it. Anyway, it wasn't an ultimatum. He didn't give me that. I was already like picky and thinking about it because my family, like the males in my family, were like, no. Like my mom, she was like, she didn't. Like she never thinks me leaving is a good idea. So I already knew she was gonna be like kind of hesitant. But she was like, if that's what I want to do, okay, she would do it, whatever. But my dad, both of my biological dad and my stepdad were like, no. My uncle was like, no.
A part of me wanted you to go because I knew you couldn't get through basic.
That's really what you kept saying. Yeah, you wanted to go for like to.
No,
prove that I wouldn't have made it. But
not that you're a weak person.
Feel like I would have made it.
It's nothing to do with that you're a weak mentally or physically.
Or sad?
No, I know that once you realize you don't want to like
kill people.
No. What are you?
I'm saying. If I have to go into battle, yes.
I'm saying once you got the basic and realize the amount of work you have to do to get through that, and then you'd have really thought, why am I doing it? You're the type of person that if the work don't outweigh the goal doesn't outweigh the work, you're not doing it. Like some people will just get it done. Like I don't care, but you gonna be like, do I really want to sit here and go through all this?
Yeah, I would really have to ponder that, babe. But like, I think also I would have had to just go through it because I would have came too far. That's what I thought of. But it really would have battled me in that part.
Keep talking. I'm looking up stats. I just want to know how many people drop out of basic.
I didn't know you could drop out. I thought you had to stay. Or maybe that's just certain. I didn't know you could drop out. I thought you had to stay. Like just go through it. Because I mean, all the people I know, even though they wasn't happy.
How many people drop? Oh, so about 10 to 15% of recruits drop out of basic training.
That's not a lot, babe.
So that's one in.
And I only was saying that.
In every 7.
I knew people who went to the military, and that's all I was saying. I knew that no shade to them, but I had a very strong mind also, and that I could get through that thing. So I'm like, oh, if they could do it, I definitely could do it. So
yeah, so you definitely can quit at basic.
I wasn't tripping like about going through that. I kind of was excited. I had did my research. It was just the other parts that I didn't know if I wanted to.
I don't think you like then you want to go to the Air Force. I was like,
what?
You don't like. Wait. You don't like. You're not that type of person. Like
I don't like what
logic. You like.
He was like if it's like you really gotta use your brain, and I was like, yeah, okay. He's like math, like all that. I was like, okay, yeah. Now that's you could really talk about that. I would have not been happy. Now that when I would have got to basic and saw that I had to do math and all that stuff all the time.
I don't think you had to do math.
Not all the time, but I'm sure I would have to pass the test for math.
I think that you take a test regardless, and I think your score dictate what you do.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah. You're right. Because they got cooks.
I think it's the chill out. Yeah, I think you have to take a test. I don't know.
I know they in the Army and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe and all that. You have to take a test, and then wherever you land, that's the type of jobs you get to do.
And it's crazy because my family, like I have very decorated, well known military vets. Like both alive and like my grandfather, my uncle worked at the Pentagon. 2 of my aunts were in the military. I mean, so I come from a family,
but they was active. I wasn't trying to do that. I was going where people I knew was at in the reserve.
Y'all reserved for something.
Going to New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? Do your little weekend dip. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
You just trying to get you a charger.
I was just trying to get an easy fix.
You just wanted you a charger.
Stop. So stupid.
You wanted a charger. There's a lot of ways to get a car.
Lame. Super lame.
Yeah,
for that. But anyway, that was so messy. You always bring up my issues.
Speaking of mess, Dom, let me ask you a question. Yes or no? It's rapid fire. You can't think. You have to say yes or no.
Okay.
Is B.Simone a good friend?
No. I'm not going to answer that because I need I need a scenario. Like
that is a great answer. Around, I'm glad because like me, I've been seeing obviously the
I saw that clip.
The clip is going viral and it's causing a conversation that I do want to talk about. Yeah. But I haven't watched the podcast to know because I know how things
to know the whole.
I know the purpose of clipping things to get our attention to go watch it. Yeah. So I don't know if that was the intention of the clip or really was that the essence of the conversation.
Yeah,
was like, hey, I had a friend where I had a lot to help and didn't. Oh well.
Yeah. Because my thing is when they bring that clip up, I was watching other people's comments and I saw some people saying, "Oh, she was such a bad friend for that. That was uncouth. Like that was just crazy for her to just not acknowledge her friend and try to help her some type of way." But then on the other side, I saw people who were like, "Nah, because you really have to be careful with doing that because you help. But then people become dependent on you,
all right,
and then they take advantage of you.
Because at that point, it's no longer
we're all broke at this time.
A friendship,
and that." I see both sides. So.
I see both sides, but I feel like it's just nuance to the conversation. I feel like you have to know when to help a friend.
And yes,
absolutely. And when to say, friend, you got to go through this.
Yeah, it's you, mom.
And I'm still going to be your friend. I'm not going to let you, like,
Like if you need
something, all the way like to the bottom, but you need to
deal with your issues. Like, absolutely.
And that, like, two things. Well, one thing my dad always told me growing up is like never lend friends money. Mm-hmm. He said just give it to them, or don't be like you gonna pay. Like don't get into the whole keeping track. I help you here because it won't end well. Friends or family, like if I have it, like if a friend or family asks something, I have it, you got it. Like don't even. But don't you're not looking back to get it back. Yeah, again. Like absolutely. We that close to where
it's crazy.
It's for like, it's not even me giving you something. It's like the value of our friendship. It's just exchanging the value because you have provided value to me in a different way, or maybe at a time it was, you know what I'm saying. It's not even the thought of me giving you something. It's an exchange of something that has been given countless times throughout our friendship. But I do see the point of not just helping people consistently.
And then also I heard another part of her clip where she was saying that it's hard being friends with it, like the lifestyle. She was trying to keep up with them. My thing is, what in that group of friends made you think that you had to keep up?
Because it happens, Dom. Like I've seen it, not on the level of.
But why can't y'all talk about it?
Let me tell you how I've seen it, and you probably know this as well. But going to college, you see there are star athletes, and there are guys who lucky just to get a scholarship, and you see how like those star athletes are moving because back when we were in school, it was under the table money.
Yes.
Now everybody
had cars. They had
cars. They was buying stuff.
Yeah.
And we was
like, how is y'all getting all this?
How y'all getting all this? And y'all ain't got no job. No job. But whatever. Now it's legal.
Yeah.
But just imagine that scenario where y'all on the same team and they got millions from NIL deals, and you trying to go where they go. You want a car like they got. You want to close. Yeah. So it just happens when you are friends with somebody who moves a certain way. You naturally want. That's why they say
you want it, but
no. Listen, that's why they say birds of a feather flock together, because to move with somebody, you kind of have to match their lifestyle.
I agree with that. I'm just saying though, if we're close, she's saying her and that girl were.
I'm saying that's my point. If you are close,
but why can't you be like, girl, I ain't got it?
Because what's going to happen after that? No, I want you as a friend, so I'm going to pay for it.
And what's wrong with that?
But my point is, it's still going to be the same, me trying to keep up with that lifestyle. For example.
My girl thoughts, I don't agree.
If my best friend was Steph Curry.
Yes. But that you're a guy. So, I mean, I understand you don't want that man just doing that all the time, but girls be doing that.
I guess.
Girls, I didn't know that. Literally, I didn't know that. We got it. Most girls, if we got it, we good. Like, I got you. Like, we happily give, because I feel like to our girlfriends, like to our friends, we happily like, oh, I want you to come. So I'm gonna.
Guys are just more naturally like take care of ourselves.
I think guys have more pride in a sense of that part. Like, nah, I'm gonna do it myself, bro, because I don't really like how I feel about that. Like, I keep having to ask you, like, it's kind of weird. Like, but I think that's just our society. We were kind of mostly raised like that.
So,
like,
so you telling me girls are quicker to be like
to give.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, we naturally sometimes do that. Like, we just take care of people. You know.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, we see it all the time too.
But it's easy to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, but I feel like we see it with dudes too. How they have their crew.
I'm not saying they don't do it. I'm just saying girls, like, that's kind of like our girl code thing. Like, which is why a lot of girls were like, absolutely not. But when you use wisdom, you think about it, you know that there is also another side to that some people really do be mooching off of you heavily, like, and it's for selfish purposes. It's not, oh, I just want to be around my friend. No, I want my friend's lifestyle. Like, I want that, and I don't want to do it by myself and do the hard work, and that's not okay. Like, that's sucking.
I think there is a balance. I think there is a
yes, I think it is too, but it comes with boundaries.
Yep.
And it's like saying no sometimes, or saying, hey, we don't have to do this, but we could go do something else. And that's all I'm saying about the girl who was saying it was hard to keep up with the lifestyle. It's one thing to want something. I understand we all want, like, better, you know what I mean? But, like, it's something within you when you can't accept that this is where you are. Like, I don't know if it's pride, I don't know what it is, ego, what it is, but, like, to say, hey, nah, right now I'm good, but maybe we could do something else later, next time.
Yeah.
Because it's not my friend's fault that she is somewhere I'm not. Like, it's not.
But I feel like true friendship.
That's what I was saying. Why did it? Yes, I agree.
Like,
true friendship gets through that.
Like, if your true friend, it's gonna be times when y'all are on opposite sides of every spectrum, but it don't matter.
That's right.
It literally does not matter.
It does not matter. The love's still there. Absolutely.
It's still there, yeah. So I get that.
That's the journey of life. Yeah.
I don't really have an opinion because I didn't listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. I need to listen to it. I did listen to one of them, the one she was crying and she was saying about she didn't have any money and she had to go to H&M.
She didn't say she didn't have any money. She said she was that people.
I mean, she didn't have any liquid.
People are taking. She has brought on a lot of negative criticism.
Yes.
Because of past actions that now even very practical stuff, conversations, because they're trying to make ridicule. We just talked about being practical and
discipline,
looking at our finances and not going to designer all the time.
Listen, there's people in the comments had an issue because that other clip just had came out.
I know.
So they were what are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't even want to make
it's just so crazy.
I need to listen to the whole thing, man. That's like, I don't know.
They be messing with them clips, bruh.
Oh, our clips, man.
Clips, bruh. Clickbait.
Clips get you every time, bro.
But yeah, I haven't listened to it either, though, honestly. Because, I mean, I haven't listened to her podcast in a while. But.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot, man. Somebody asked me like, "Hey, how do you all discipline your kids?" Like somebody really asked me that, and I was like, I don't know because I feel like I hold true to the Bible verse that you train up a child in the way they should go, because all of our kids react to punishment differently.
Oh, very different. Oh my god.
For example, our daughter will break down into a ball of tears if you raise your voice.
Yes, she do not like
our youngest son will yell toe to toe back and forth with you.
Don't care.
Doesn't care. Like,
bothered.
Kids are. It's so crazy how you can see, like even with discipline, you can see personalities coming out because, like I said, with our youngest, who literally just turned 2.
He literally just turned 2, y'all. Like
he will go toe to toe with you in conflict.
Yeah.
The only thing he understands is when you have a soft voice, you talk to him like an adult.
Mm-hmm. Like literally,
and sit
when
him
you
down
talk
and
to
say,
him
"Hey,
like an adult,
you cannot do this. Do you understand?"
Yes, and he'll say yes, sir, regardless of who you are, a woman or a man.
He will say you understand. He will take some time, sit down, think about it, and then get up and be fine.
I think that's so funny. He really does. Like, that's so true about him.
That was a good observation. The yelling won't work with him. I don't know why.
You really, whenever you sit there and talk to him,
scaring him won't work with him. Even hitting him, you can't. He don't.
Oh, he'll hit you back. He don't care about that. He think you're playing.
Then our middle son, he's the opposite.
Yes, he is.
He doesn't fear yelling. He doesn't fear any type of corporal punishment.
He don't.
What he fears is, hey, you can't go with us here.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to the store and you got to stay home with dad.
He does not like strictness.
You want to see?
Yeah.
Like you want to see a 6-year-old turn into a newborn and crying? Tell him he can't go to the store with his mom.
Can't have something. Yep.
Tell him the kids are getting something that
and he's not. He don't like to feel.
His like middle child sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yes.
Like then our oldest, he's a type. Well, you have to treat him like it's a reward system. You misbehave, you don't get. You be good, you do get. Because that's the only thing he understands. He don't care about.
He don't care about getting in trouble, timeout.
Yelling.
He doesn't.
He cares about taking stuff and being publicly shamed. He cannot stand to be embarrassed.
And then also,
in front
if
of
somebody
his
else
peers.
is going somewhere and he can't because he's in trouble.
He does not like public. So when I went to the perfect example, I went to the school for his graduate award ceremony, and you know, I'm a cool dad. I'm talking to the kids. Kids, I'm like, hey man, how is he in class? He good? You know, kids don't lie. So they started telling me all this, bro, like the amount of shame he had, and then like the fact he didn't get anything, and all his friends did. That had him like, okay, this summer I'm gonna make sure I want to go to school and get awards next year. I want to be called my name called. Yeah, like so. That's how we discipline. We don't have a set way. We are flexible.
I think we're versatile. I would say
versatile. That's a great word.
We are, because it don't work. Like I remember from young, we tried to parent them all the same way. Like when it was just the boys, and even when they were little, it just didn't work. And I just would look. I remember sometimes I would try to like, well, just going from my childhood out, like I would fuss even at my oldest. Like he he did not like when you fussed at him. Like he would cry. Like if you just like when he was about 4 or 5, kind of getting a little older, out of his babyish ways, 4, 5, 6. When you more so have to talk slowly to him and calm, sit him down. And I remember I would have the hardest time parenting Evan as a little kid like that. But JT would literally be like, go in the room, like get out of here. Seriously, it's not working. And I would be listening to them, and especially for homework. And he would literally just be talking to him super calm, asking him like, okay, what do you think this is? Like, what should you be doing? And like Evan would just calmly be talking, and then they would, regardless, they would get through the problem. They would find a solution. They would, and it would be successful. But I'm more of like emotional. Like I'm like, super stop it! Like why are you doing that?
She tries to. I tell her all the time.
What is wrong with you?
You can't talk to them.
He is breaking down.
Talk to them like that.
Yeah,
they're gonna shut down.
Yeah,
and as they get older, they're just gonna ignore you because you're just gonna become a nagging mother.
Yeah.
They don't want to sit there and hear like, I'm so sad. Why would you do this? Why would
you are breaking my heart. Like I'd be like, you are making me so sad right now. Like, and he couldn't take it. And yeah, I had to go sit in the room because I was doing the most. But
that's why also that Bible verse, when you train up a child, I think the biggest thing about that is the whole concept of, hey, it says train, not force. And anybody who has ever trained into something, like whether it's basketball, whether it's weights, any sport, you know that training is a process of routine practice and repetition and going through the motions until you're in a real life scenario. It's not a forcing of anything. It's a process to it. So that's why I'm real big on, and I try to get her to understand, keep the same process every time. Because they have to understand, like, something she says a lot, and I'm trying to get out of her vocabulary is, if you do this again, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And she never does X, Y, and Z.
Oh, my God.
And I'm telling you,
like the story of a mother. I never do it.
You're just training them to know,
she ain't going to do that. Not gonna do Every time she says she is not going to do
that. Like, she'll be like, hey, they're in the back cutting up in the car. I'm going to pull over the car. They do it again. She's still driving.
Yeah.
And what you teach them is that is the result if they be back.
Yeah.
You go say you go pull over and you not.
I know, and that's why I was like the other day, I was like, you know what? I tried to make it more realistic, like things that I really actually would do. And Major, like we said, he doesn't like to be left out. He was cutting up so bad in the car, like to the point I wanted to park and literally I would need a break, like step out. And so I was like, if you do that again, when we stop to get ices, you're not getting one.
Right.
And he kept cutting up. So when we got out the car to get the ices, I remember I was about to let him. He's so happy. He getting out the car. He acting like I forgot or whatever. I said, Major, do you remember what you was doing in the car? What did I tell you? And he obviously tried to get sad. I said, and it happened. And he was upset. But I stood my ground because I'm like, I can't keep letting him do that because he knows I'm not going to do anything.
And the thing is, that's why with the kids, something I've been doing, one, to train them more for a business mindset and just real life, like character, is I always go to them and say, hey, if you do this, this is the result. Do you understand? And I make sure that they can repeat back what will happen and they understand. Yeah. So then when it happens, it's no back and forth. It's no talking about it.
We already
told you. We agreed that this would happen and you did this. And I asked them, did you do this? So what will happen? Okay.
Yeah, and I really like this. This is the type of stuff we do with Evan because it works so good with him. Like that long term. You see how I like him explaining that? That's not really me in the sense like of taking my time and like I just kind of want to easy parent sometimes quickly.
React. I think it comes from you. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think that it's natural. Like you're just emotional at times, but I think you just get so frustrated.
Yeah,
because like so frustrated you're just like but like,
yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying though, I had to take some of his like things, and I think it's funny because we talked last week about how you first your fatherhood role and jumping into fatherhood super early like that with Evan, and like how he was overwhelmed and like you changed so much. And I'm saying like you learned some things from me, and I was like, and I'm like, now I'm learning a lot from you with parenting wise. Yeah. Like,
and I learned a lot from my parents. Like the older you get, the more you understand why your parents said and did.
Yeah. And like, let me say a little background from me. My father in the home didn't come until I was like 9. So from baby to like 8 or 9, I only had my mom. So I really had to relearn.
She was tough.
She was tough. She was. But we didn't, I wasn't like our kids. Like 0 to 9, I would listen to my mom. She was tough. Like JC said, I was listening to her. What she said, what she said. She said what she said. So, but I really had to learn how to, have another, I think, a point of view, like with parenting, and understanding that like everybody needs to be parented in a way that is conducive to like their potential, but also their personality, and where they are at the moment. So I feel like having 2 eyes we can really see, that dynamic. Like if I can't see that's not working, he could be like, hey, that's not working. And I think that really did help with us, that we piggyback off of each other. Like,
I just think our biggest thing is just the following through. Like, because we want, at the same time, we are raising kids, but also we do love our kids. So it's so hard sometimes, even, and it almost kind of reminds us of the love that God had for us.
Absolutely,
we start to see, like, because even when you wanna punish them, you're just like,
that's so funny.
I love you so much.
And a lot of times that's why I don't go follow through.
But then I realize that's a part of loving is correct.
It is, yeah,
and it is guiding you back to the right place. Because I don't want to love you so much that I ruin you.
Yep.
And that the Bible verse, train up a child, I don't want to train you in badness, because when you get older, you won't depart from that badness.
Yeah,
how we train you, you won't depart from it. And I know we like to use that verse as, if I raise you to the church, you're not
church,
but it's literally saying the habits, the routines, the patterns, the character you develop, they won't depart older. They're not gonna get older and just be like, whoa.
Yeah, they won't.
No, they're gonna revert back to that.
Oh my God, I 100% agree. And I'm gonna tell you why, because when I was talking to my therapist, he would tell me all the time.
I just want to say, before you violate all HIPAA laws, that you are doing this at your own will.
This is my therapy. I'm therapy.
Okay, I'm just saying, because I don't want you to come back later when I post it and say HIPAA violations, or
who am I
don't want to be caught in a RICO case. The enterprise. Oh my God. I don't want to be caught in a RICO case for violating HIPAA.
Okay. No, we're no HIPAA violations. But I wanted to say that that resonates with me, because when I wasn't.
Just went off.
What the ass?
I don't know, but anyway, finish up. We'll just.
Oh yeah, when I put the screen.
Yeah.
When I was in therapy, my therapist, I kept repeating, like I kept saying like how I was raised and like what my daily routine was and stuff like that, and he was laughing because he was saying that as I got older and started to, put down, I guess, silly things that I would do or whatever, and like actually think about my days and all that, he kept saying that I was reverting back to what I would do as a child. And I think that's so funny, because you really do revert back to what you were taught. And it's like, as an adult, I don't want my kids to revert to something crazy. You know what I mean? I want them to have those sound rules, those sound doctrines. Like, I want it to be good. I don't want it to be.
I agree. That's why I work hard for my kids, because I want them to be great adults.
That's why you have to discipline, because you got to think long term. Like in the moment, you don't want to hurt them, but who gonna do it if you're not doing it? You know what I mean? Like, who do you want to throw your kids on? Who do you have to throw your kids on? At the end of the day, it's your responsibility. So just do it so you don't have to deal with it later.
I agree. We'll end there because our camera just I don't know what. It's another episode of Pill Talking Podcast.
So weird. It's your boy, and I'm Nene.
Man, good night, bro.
Bye, guys. Good night.